Des, your group, especially in that second half, was able to turn their turnovers into offense. How did you like your group's ability to convert on the other end of their mistakes?
I thought, I mean, first and foremost, Jalen Suggs, Anthony Black, Jonathan Isaac coming in, giving us a spark. Tristan, I thought all of them were great on that defensive end, just causing havoc. I think Paulo had 3 steals. So I think it was our energy and our effort that turned the game. Like you said, and was able to let us get out and run. We kind of struggled offensively, taking some quick shots early. But I thought once we got some stops, it kind of opened the game up for us and opened some things up on that end of the floor for us.
You mentioned taking some shots early. Just what do you think didn't work in that second quarter? And did Utah's size cause any issues for you guys?
I mean, I think that we just didn't stick to our process enough. I mean, it's going to happen, at times, but we've kind of talked about it when things do start to go awry. We got to kind of double down, have a feel for, the flow of the game and what's going on in the game. And I thought that's kind of where we lost control of it a little bit there in the second quarter to finish the quarter. We've already talked about finishing quarters and, how important that is. And, they had some momentum going into the half, so it was tough.
How do you catch yourself? Maybe when things are starting to go awry, to not let a lead kind of balloon the way that it did in this game. I think you guys got cut like the 11-point lead down to like 6, and then they ballooned it back up to 17. How do you catch yourselves and get back to your process faster?
I think it's poise. I think that we got to have an understanding and just a level of poise. I mean, they come down and turn the ball over or maybe score, and Keontae George is laying on the floor holding his ankle, and we come down and shoot a 3 when we have a 3-on-1. I think that's just one example, but those are times that we really got to take advantage of, what's presented to us on the floor. Possessions like that, add up. I came back and I think we fouled, got them out of the game, and it's just momentum swingers.
Des, now that Mo is back, came in when they were down by 17 and then sparked that, got the crowd involved. How big is it to have him back on the bench and especially on the floor with you guys through the stretch of the season?
Oh, I mean, he's humongous. He told us, before the previous game, like we got to have our juice and our energy, and you see he's been bringing it for sure. And I think that even he'll tell you, like we all got to have that energy from the start. It can't just be when we're down and we're trying to rally back to come back from a deficit. Like, we have to play with that emotion and that care, and that willingness to be unselfish and defend for a full 48 minutes. And, that's everybody's challenge, but that's ours as we head into the back half of this season.
Does a week ago, you probably didn't expect to see Jaren and John Conchar and Vince Williams on the other side of the floor, but how does it make you feel knowing that the team that you were with before is kind of moving off of that core that you had built in Memphis, and then also to kind of piggyback off of that, when you do face 3 guys that you know very well and you've been teammates with for a while, how do you contribute to the scouting report maybe a little bit more differently than you would in a normal game?
Yeah, I think that it's crazy for sure seeing them in those threads. I mean, me and Jaren talked about it before the game, and he was saying that he kind of liked it. He likes it. So I'm happy that him and Jitty and Vince are finding a home, and somewhere that hopefully they'll be able to feel comfortable and grow, be a part of, some winning basketball in the future. But it is nuts. That's a business. Moving away from the core in Memphis. I mean, we had a good thing going for sure. Obviously wasn't able to achieve what we wanted to, and if you don't win at the highest level in this league, then changes are usually made. So I understand it. But yeah, as far as the scouting report, we just played Memphis 2 weeks ago too, or whatever it was, over in London and Berlin back to back. So I think everybody was pretty familiar with their games and knew the challenges that they was going to present tonight.
Des, just talk a little bit about winning and why that's so important, and just sealing the deal at the end and getting a W.
Talk about what, sorry?
Just winning the game at the end and It's either a W or an L, but you guys won.
No, I thought it was huge. This time of the year and after the season's over, like I don't think people are gonna look back and say what happened or why was it so close. Like they're only gonna remember if it was a win or a loss. But with that being said, like we have to look ourselves in the mirror and understand that we need to play better. And we're a better team than what we showed. And I think we will. We'll continue to improve.
Does Coach Mosley was saying how important converting off the turnovers is for this team. 24 forced turnovers, 39 points. I thought you were showing some of that playmaking, point guard vision in transition with dump-off passes and pushing the pace. What goes through your decision-making to read and react in those quick decisions off a turnover, those freestyle havoc plays where you just have to make a decision very quickly to attack or pull up or, make a dive?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of trust in myself. I put in a lot of work, a lot of time into this game, and I trust myself to make the right basketball play. Whether that's shooting it or getting my teammate involved. So, never second guess yourself and always remain extremely aggressive.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
We'll be back with Mo.